so much for joining us on this As Above, So Below. We're talking about Tuesday. Thank you so much for you guys participating in crowning those that hit those like buttons, those shares. God, thank you so much for those comments up under those videos. I got a chance to got some alerts that some of you guys went to some of the prior videos and commented. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for being a part of this platform. To all of you guys, I want to say salutations to, first of all, to my madrina and to my madrinos. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys. Also to my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo. Whether you're a mystic or adject, whether you're a Kabbalist or shaman, whether you're a mystic or someone that is just practicing magic and want to be a magician, this is the platform for you, especially if you've been in the church, the Christian church. And I want to say to each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for being a part of our live. What's up there, my baby Scorpio, coming up in here first. Keith. And then we got Apprehend Wisdom. Hello to each and every one of you guys. As you are being notified that Apostle Ela is live, we want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys for being a part of this spiritual journey that I had with Minister Mario, son of Ochosi, starting almost a little over 2 years ago on this process of being crowned in Ocha. I am Ma Fedi Foon, Oya Crown. I want to say thank you so much for your support, continuously gaining knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Hopefully that what I am sharing that you guys are applying. What's up there, my Boaz, my Pisces? Jeremy, how you doing? Good evening. Salute to you as well, sir. I want to say to each and every one of you guys, I'm excited to share the information because I have realized that many of you guys have appreciated what I have been sharing in this spiritual journey. And one of the things that I try to do in here is teach universal laws, and I try to teach real magic. And when I use the word try, because a lot of times when it comes to spirituality, everybody grown. Some people listen, some people don't. Is that my Lydia? What's up, Ma Fatty Foon? Oshun, thank you so much. I'm still getting it, y'all. What's up there, Mama Susan in the house, Gemini, and back to back, Karen O'Brien. Okay. All right, that's what I'm talking about. To each and every one of you guys that'll be watching, some of you guys will be commenting, some of you guys will be standing back. But one thing I'm here to do is share knowledge, wisdom, and understanding because I intend for us to do better if all possible. What's up, Renee? How you doing, love? Thank you so much. Gemini in the house. Gemini. All right, there. We thank God for each and every one. What's up there, Monique? 444 Cancer in the house. I want to say also to my Christian buddies, where's my case? Oh, well, I put it somewhere. I'm doing too much. Here it is. I came home. I've been ripping and running, trying to get stuff together and get my consultation stuff set up. What's up, Natasha Foster? These are the cards that I read from. These are the 72 names of God, technology of the soul. What's up, Brother Johnny, the father of our church? That's right, our church. Let me light some of this frankincense of myrrh. I have... being in consecration is something. I had changed the sheets on my bed to white. I've been doing the most. Making the necessary changes that I needed in order to grow in this process. And some of this mango. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys for being a part of what we do here on this platform. I want to say also I thank you guys for believing in what we do here and that some of you guys are actually listening and you're not just participating and laughing. Is that my Pisces? That's Darius. What it be, son? We appreciate you as well. I'm looking for my other... I am really doing too much. I want to say hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Taurus, Aries. I think I said Aries, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Libra. Hello to each and every one of you guys. And if I did not, I forgot Virgo. I want to say to each and every one of you, thank you once again for what we're going to talk about on tonight. Now, y'all know I teach universal laws. I do not imply or I implement my personal practice in my teaching, because I want it to be applicable to each and every one, because everybody don't do what I do, everybody ain't living what I live, so therefore I need to give you something that's going to help you out. Understand? Now, y'all know that I've been at this process a very long time, and so therefore in 2 years you can accrue a lot of situations and circumstances. I have been teaching this for years, and some people come to my church. Some some people just come because they want me to do work for them. So no matter what I'm teaching and preaching, they're not listening. You understand? And I say things because they're important. If you're going to call me a truth teller and somebody being real and transparent, then there's a reason that I bring up certain things. I've been doing this enough and interacting with different people on different levels that I can share information that a lot of them may not ever tell you to your face, but I'm here to tell you, so therefore you will know how to conduct yourself with other practitioners. You may never go to a voodoo or something. You may never go to somebody that practice Ifa or somebody that practice hoodoo. You may do your church magic. You may do your shamanism. You might do your affirmation, whatever that energetic flow is that you do. That's what we're talking about, as above, so below. We're talking about Mars energy, the actions that you take. I want to talk about something today. And I say this to actually safeguard people, no matter if you listen to what I say or not. Anybody that truly practices magic, or they're initiated, or they are professional spiritualists, they'll tell you, I know what I'm talking about. Anybody that has learned up under me, they know I know what I'm talking about. People that come and they listen, but they don't apply. Why? Because they think they know. I'm going to say this, and I know I'm going to offend some people, and not offend them because I'm intentionally, but when you tell the truth and people not ready to embrace the truth, they get upset or they feel like you throwing off on them. This is for anybody. This applies no matter what your tradition is, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. The stuff that I'm sharing, I am trying to save a lot of people heartache, problems, and spending extra time, energy, and money trying to fix stuff because you don't want to respect the rules and regulations that go along with practicing magic, okay? You cannot be effective in magic and not understand the rules and regulations of the universe. Then you cannot be effective in magic if you don't understand the rules and regulations in the particular practice you in, okay? I don't care where you go, what you practice, who you practice. There are rules and regulations, and they are rules like anything else are supposed to be there for the benefit of the person participating in the particular work. Okay? That's why I share. If you don't want to follow the rules and regulations, then suffer the consequences. You grown. My lives ain't for the children. I am so sick and tired of people acting like people are messing over them and people working on them, when the truth is you don't follow instruction. We buy things out of stores and don't read the manual. And then when stuff happens, then we talking about it's a piece of junk or it's something wrong. No, you ain't took out the time to understand what you invested in. Just like you ain't take out the time to understand that man before you gave him some pussy or before you gave him some ass. Now you want to make us feel like that's a bad person or a woman or man, when the truth is you never invested enough time to understand how to navigate or to walk in harmony with an individual. And that's just real life. You understand? But my message on tonight, sir and ma'am, is just why. Who are you? Now, I'm going to first start, and I'm going to tell you why I'm talking about this. Let me break something. Darius bought me this. I love Darius. Not only do he buy me a flamethrower, he buy me different things. I love the creativity. I love this kind of stuff. Boy, if they grew up with me, this right here would have got me a lot of whoopings. I got a lot of whoopings anyway, but this right here would have got me a lot of whoopings. I'd have set a lot of people's ass on fire. I had a cousin, you go to sleep around me, and he'll mess with me. I put matches in his toes and I set him on fire. I got my ass whooped, but I set him on fire. Yes, I did. Now, what's up there, Miss Lady? Pisces in the house. Now, can we talk about some real stuff? And whether you do this today or tomorrow, this is going to help you understand where I'm coming from, why this is important. Now, first of all, I'm going to be coming from Acts, the 19th chapter, 15th verse. Okay? Now, this is talking about ancestry. This is talking about how we deal with our eguns, how we deal with our ancestors, and we deal with Moretos. All of these are talking about people that have passed on. This is people the energies that are around you with your ancestry, why it's important, and this is going to help you, and this is also going to safeguard you, because I deal with necromancy and in all of the ATRs, and so therefore this is something that I specialize in. And to all of you that want to deal with your ancestors, let me give you some personal stories, okay? So me and Mr. Mario, when we go through that, they always start with your ancestry. They always bring up about, they call your eguns, your spirits, you call them, and then they start to deal with your ancestors. Every practice that is truly operating, they're gonna deal with your ancestors. You cannot make your people something they are not. You understand? You cannot make them higher spiritually if they are not. People, if you get a real reading or you start dealing with real ceremony, you got what you got. We are accustomed in the church world, especially black people, we like to make our people more than what we are. Just like we walk around here call people queens and kings, and then when we get mad, you son of a biscuit, you a mother. You know what I'm saying? When somebody is truly who they are, your personal opinion does not change their anointing, don't change their setup, don't change up how their spirits move for them or with them. I need to talk to grown people on tonight. If you trying to learn real magic, no matter what that particular ATR is, you need to understand why. Alafia Karen Cartwright. That's why I'm talking about this. So we're going to first start, to all the Christian babies, first start with Acts the 19th chapter, verse 15. For whatever reason, what's up, Jelly Sweets, my Gemini? So here we go. Verse 15 said this, and the evil spirit answered and said, Jesus I know, Paul I know, but who are you? Now, I'm going to start off in preference. You grown. Nothing that I am saying, if you don't want to utilize it, you don't want the wisdom, you don't want the clarity or the understanding, why it's a good thing or a bad thing to do what y'all out here doing. But in Christianity, it gives people an ego that they feel like they can do anything and any type of magic. I don't know where it comes from, other than the idea that we feel like when we hear the words greater he that is in me than he that is in the world, or I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, then why aren't you living in the house that you desire? If you believe that, why aren't you driving the car or the truck or the type of vehicle why aren't you living the life? If it is so simple that you can just go and partake in something because of what you think or what you believe, then why aren't you living physically the way you desire to live? Okay, I know you don't want to pay rent. You rather have either own your own house or at least at the very least have a mortgage. You understand? So I understand that you do understand, but when it comes to spiritual stuff, you feel like because you African American, without the approval of your ancestors, that you can just go around like the 7 sons of Sceva and you just can go out here messing with spirits. Yes, they do. Not only, let me go to the next verse. St. John, the 3rd chapter, 1 through 6. It says this, there was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Jesus by night, Yahshua, y'all know I believe in Yahshua, and said unto him, Rabbi, Rabbi means teacher. They claim I'm the teacher. We know that thou art the teacher come from God. Okay, now he's identifying where Jesus come from. Know how a lot of people say, oh, you the man of God, you the woman of God, you the tata, the mumbo. Let's see how everybody that call you a teacher, everybody that call you a tata. Oh, Lord. Somebody get this fool. Don't really mean that you a teacher. They're teachers. Everybody that call you Lord, just like Jesus said in the Bible, why call me Lord and do not as I say? So a lot of people will get around here and call people certain things that they don't really believe. You understand? They may call me apostle, but they don't believe I'm an apostle. They may call me a tata, a mumbo, or whatever they call me, and yet don't still follow the instruction. You understand? So let's be real about that. It goes on to say, thou art teacher from God. For no man can do these miracles that thou doest except God be with him. Jesus or Yahshua answered and said unto him, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. Okay? Except a man be born again, cannot see the kingdom of God. Let's be clear on that. Nicodemus said unto him, how can a man be born when he is old? He was acknowledging his physical position in the situation. A lot of people that are asking spiritual questions are operating in a carnal way. It's not going to make sense to you, sir and ma'am. It says, how can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born again? Look at the level of ignorance that Nicodemus was operating in. Jesus answered and said, verily I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of God. That which is born of flesh is flesh, and that which is born of spirit is spirit. He said, marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again. The wind blew where it list, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but cannot not thy tell whence it came, and whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. Now, let's talk about this. Why are you talking about this, Apostle Eli? I'm not a Christian. I'm not a practitioner of voodoo. Let's talk about this. Why is this important? First of all, I have people, and people ain't just doing it around me, they doing it all over the place. Let's talk about Minister Mario, son of Ochosi. I am befuddled. I am baffled. I am stunned. No matter how much I teach, no matter how much I share for free to give you heads up so you can do better in conjuring. Now, if you are practicing hoodoo, you do not have to be initiated to practice hoodoo, except you are going to a certain level. If you have ancestry, you can practice hoodoo. You have slaves in your ancestry, you can practice hoodoo, right? Voodoo is something you must be initiated in. Palo is something you must be initiated in. Lukumi. There are certain ATRs everybody knows you must be initiated. Now, to be a devotee, you can do offerings to give offerings to the Orishas, even though you're not initiated. I would tell somebody, go to a particular Orisha that someone is crowned or operating with and give that offering to them. So, because they're already connected. Now, why am I bringing up Minister Mario, son of Ochosi? Do not go to the grave. I wrote it down here. Why are you at the grave of a priest, a prophet, a mambo, a hugon, a tata, or any other initiate, and you're not initiated in that? Why, Apostle Ely? First of all, anybody initiated in any of these ATRs has a brand new name. So my government name, you cannot identify my spirit by my government name, because I have been born again in that particular religion, that particular tradition. Anybody that is practicing spirituality out there know that when you get initiated into certain ATR, that individual is born of that particular Nganga, born of that particular Orisha, born of that particular Aloha. You are baptized in that particular spirit, and you are given another divine name. They say you shall no longer be called Jacob, you shall be called Israel. You shall no longer be called Peter, you shall be called Cepheus. There's a transference of not only spirit, but you get a divine name so you can be identified in that particular world. How can you knock on a door that you do not know what's behind that door? That person's soul, that person's spirit is in another dimension, in another world. And so therefore, unless you know the name of that individual in that particular spiritual world, then you cannot call them. Now, can that particular entity, spirit, or ashe come to you? Absolutely, sir and ma'am. But you cannot summon something that you do. You're not, first of all, you're not born into that world. You're not baptized in that world. Even in the church world, they say you have to be baptized in the name of Yahshua, Jesus Christ, so you can enter into his world. You have to give up yourself. Some of y'all, especially when you come from the church, you think you can go and mess with any spirit in the spirit world. I don't teach it. I have never taught it. Minister Mario is a priest. He is a Polaro. And he's also a Santero. He has also received of my spirit from the world I'm from. He's not a normal individual. I don't know where y'all get. Who are you to be knocking on doors and you have no keys? Who are you to be knocking on doors and you don't have access? Also, we have certain there's certain ceremonies that is done over us, with us, and in us. Certain things we had to give to that world in order to be identified. In order for me to practice Palo, I must go into the world of Palo with my spiritual name. Centella, Brazo Forte, Madriagua only identifies me in that world by my spirit name. When I work in voodoo, I use my name. Those are the keys. You have to have access. You cannot just walk up to a prophet. You just look what happened to the witch of Endor when she rose Samuel. You don't have control over that. If they do decide to come up, if they do decide to rise up, then what's going to happen? They are not going to identify you as one of them. When I go to the grave of Minister Mario, I call him by his divine name because I have his name. I have his staff, his Egun staff. I have his Patipimba if I want to use Palo. I have his name in Ocha. You cannot, listen y'all, why? That's why I say just why. Why do we, with everything else, we know that when you go to the hospital, they give you a badge. Even if you're a visitor, they give you an identification badge. So it lets them know you belong there. You're not an employee. Then in the hospital, they also have rooms that are only for employees. And then they have places in the hospital only for the doctors, only for the RN. You just cannot waltz your ass into the graveyard and just free willy-nilly. This is why anybody that cares about you are going to tell you, stick with your ancestors, because your ancestors know who you are. You're at graves that they don't. Let me tell you like this. There are people out here that think they know me. There are people out here that literally think they know me because they know my people. You don't know me. Knowing my name, knowing my nickname don't make you know me. This is why the Spirit was saying, who are Paul I know. See, when you get baptized in the spirit realm, you get initiated into the world where the person that baptized you in. So whatever realm or place, you can't get into the heavens of the Orishas except you done went through the ceremonies. Minister Mario is in the realm of Ochosi. I am in the realm, in the spirit world of Oya. In Palo Centella. But you would know that if you had gone through the proper channels. Why is it when it comes to spirituality that we feel like we can just, there are certain things you can practice and you're safe. If you want to be a part and you want to or give an offering, then go through people that are already connected to that world, that have access to that world, that have keys to that world. He said, Peter, I give you the keys to the kingdom. How can you bind something on earth, then you ain't got no power in that particular dimension? Those spirits know me. Those spirits know Minister Mario. You have to be introduced to those spirits. You just cannot walk into certain realms without being. Just like a man with a sharp dick cannot long dick you, and a woman with a busted vagina can't grip your penis. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? You're not honoring people. That means you're disrespecting who they really are. So you may not believe that I am a Tata. Maybe you don't believe that I'm a Polara. I don't know. But you're going to find out, because we have to go through certain ceremonies that protect our spirits and protect our eguns and protect our moretos. It's not that simple. Nobody's spending that type of money that we are not protected. And then, especially in Palo, you go back all the way to your Congo lineage. Me and Minister Mario were not born out of the same pot in Palo. He was born out of Zarabanda. I was born out of Templatera. And we traveled back to Congo, but through different pots. Prendas, they call them. Those are jewels. They call them jewels. Huh? His Moreto ain't the same as mine. How are you going to access? In Ocha, we both as Santeros were born out of Obatala. Everybody that's in those worlds come from a different spiritual world, and therefore they go back to those worlds when they pass on. That's why Minister Mario keeps coming back with Ochosi, because that's what he was born into. He represents justice. He's a Capricorn. His Ochosi comes with no mercy. If you are going to Minister Mario and you are not right, Minister Mario believes you don't know him. He believes you deserve what you get. Minister Mario is a person that believes if you sow something, you should reap it. He is not who you think he is. He'll listen to you, but Ochosi, he believes that if you sold that, you deserve what you got. You would have known that if you really knew him. Now that's one initiation I am scared of, Apollo. I am trying to help people that these spirits need to know who you are. Especially, it's nothing wrong with you showing respect and devotion, or honoring spirits. But when you're trying to actually summon these spirits and they don't even know who you are, like, why is it with us people? Us, I'm talking about melanated people. We know on the natural, you cannot just walk behind the counter because you are a customer in Publix. You already know there's certain places in Publix you don't have access to. But for whatever reason, when it comes to spirituality, because you done spoke to somebody or because you done been around somebody, let me tell y'all something. You can be in my family and not know my family. Let me explain it to you like this. Anybody that truly came off of 34th Court know that my family is, especially my mother being a Virgo, is not nothing to play with. My mother will whoop your ass. Some of y'all is catching certain people in certain ages of their life and they don't do what they used to do, because there are certain, my grandmother believes in putting her hands on you. I done seen my mama get the taste slap clean out of her mouth. I'm talking about across the road. Huh? Some of y'all don't really know my people. Huh? You might even be, but if you, it's like my two older sons, they know me as whooping their ass. My kids know, I got 3 boys. My baby boy don't really know me. He almost found out in Burlington, because he started almost trying to talk to me crazy. Because he been over his mom and them and all that, and he was cussing them. I say, son, because I'm trying to help y'all. Because sometimes y'all see us and we're being professional and we operate in a certain way because we trying to be mannerable and stuff. But when you don't really know a spirit of a person, when you don't really have discernment, and some of y'all being raised up around other people, and so they allow him to have certain things. So he was like, because he was upset when he felt like he was gonna talk to me. And I said, listen, son, you ain't seen me in months. Don't let the first time you see me, it be an experience you getting your ass slung all over here in Burlington, because you don't know me, and that I ain't fit tolerate. I'm glad to see you, but one thing I ain't gonna put up with, and I don't care what you think or how you feel, you're not gonna talk to me crazy. If you have really been around my family, because a lot of people think, oh, I'm this and I'm that. If you have been around my family and how you talk, you would have same testimony. You would have got your ass whooped. My uncles and them did not play. They didn't care nothing about the police. All of y'all talking about, oh, a man that hit a woman. I done seen my uncle slang police officers over their police cars. I done seen my uncle them punch police. I done seen, you don't know my bloodline. Because you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. That's what I don't just respect my bloodline. I don't just respect my family because I'm just a respectable person. I know they don't play. And you would know that too. Certain aunties, I got an auntie, she's the oldest girl. And if I got into something, she older now, she almost close to her 70s. But in her day, she done cold cock knocked out men. No less than whooping a woman behind. Some of y'all messing with certain people, you don't know them people. Some of y'all don't even know your own ancestors. You know what they done showed you. You don't really know them. You don't know them until you get a real read and you find out, wait a minute, they get down like that? Absolutely. That's why some of y'all over here messing with me. You don't know my egoons. I'm first of all ain't nothing to play with. My Morettos ain't nothing to play with. And the people that I come from ain't nothing. My dad ain't nothing to play with. And my mom ain't nothing to play with. Huh? I got cousins that call my mama mama right to this day. And they call her mama because she whooped their ass. Like that she was their mama. Some of y'all, when you conjuring and you messing with it, you lying to your ancestors, y'all coming messing with people like me and you like to lie. I tell y'all, leave certain people alone if you ain't about this life. If you ain't my people believe in consequences for their action. My Tree Rhonda on this life, she met a part of my mama. They not just gonna be talking. A lot of y'all got that mouth. If you were really from 34 Code, you would have got your ass because you wouldn't have disrespected nobody. I didn't grow up disrespecting my cousins, my uncles, my aunties, my grandma. I don't watch my grandma and my uncles were in the streets. When she stepped on the scene, they stopped immediately. That's how I came up. So all this time, that's my grandma, that's my auntie, that's all that. You messing with Apostle Ely on my platform, and you like to do all that lying, you like to do all that disrespect, I'm letting you know where the conjure come from. Yes, I did, and she don't. No, my mama, they do more than cussing you out. They whoop your ass. My family believe in. Let me tell you something. The violence. I'm being honest with y'all. Because when y'all messing with spirits out here and you go into people's grave and you really don't know who them people are and what they are, you just looking at they got power, you just looking at they were successful, you just looking at the fact that they had whatever because most of us are blinded by we want what we want and not considering who we calling up from that grave, not considering how they really get down. My grandma used to told one of her daughters, whoop my grandmother told her daughter to whoop her son's girlfriend's mama ass. That's how she, physically. I ain't talking about in the spirit. I ain't talking about no candles. I ain't talking about no conjure. I'm talking about whoop her ass. So I'm just telling you, I don't know who your ancestors are. And I hear everybody on TikTok and YouTube talking about my ancestors don't play. Well, I'm just telling you. They didn't go to jail for nothing. They ain't getting no charges for nothing. And some of them didn't care nothing about going to jail. I got a cousin say I'm ready. He got to start jumping up and down, so I'm ready to go to jail. So I just want you to know, when you out here talking about you messing with your egoons and you out here calling on spirit, you better know who Ochosa really is. You better know who Obatala really is. You better know who Ezeli Dontor really is. You better know who that Zarabanda really is. All this reading books, you better know the spirit. Get teaching from the people that deal with them spirits, so you'll know how to address them spirits and not find yourself in a bad place. And now pretending like somebody done did some conjure on you, when the truth is you don't went there walking up and you didn't understand who that spirit was, and that spirit don't know you like that. That spirit ain't fit to get up and work for you like that. That spirit don't know you like that. That spirit can't be bought like that. You don't even know what that spirit like. My son told me his mama, when I was around there lying and saying he wasn't my son, his mama took him to one of my relatives' grave. Good thing he was my son. Good thing I was lying. Because if she had been lying and took that boy to one of my relatives' grave talking about that's my son, my people don't play. They don't play in the natural and they don't play spiritually. Huh? And when everybody in the branch would know that. You ain't connected like that. You don't know enough about them to be out here bragging and boasting about people you ain't connected to like that. They don't walk with you. They walk with me. Because I know them and they know me. When they passed over, they came to me. I didn't go out there making no ancestor walk with me. They chose to walk with me. Minister Mario chose to walk with me. I didn't do a spell. I didn't do conjure. I didn't do any of my spiritual work to force that spirit to be with me. That is a choice. Some of y'all out here trying to get spirits to work for you and trying to force them to work with you. And you trying to bribe those spirits. And guess what? That is a form of magic. That is a form of conjure. But you are playing. They're not obligated. See, those spirits that I initiated with, they are obligated to do certain things for me. Just like I'm obligated to do things for them. That's why I don't address them as slaves. I don't go around here disrespecting spirits. My son found out who my mama was. My eldest son, that Virgo didn't play. You better know the energies that you summoning into your spaces. You better know that when you go to that particular entity and you ask them to help you get money, you better make sure you do right by them. Because some of them entities, they will get on your ass. And you right here talking about somebody that's doing work on you. And it's the very spirit you went to that you didn't keep your word to. This ain't a fear thing. This is just understanding energy, frequency, and vibration. Understanding when you are not born of something, how can you return to something? How do you understand how to walk? Even though I am newly born into Ocha, I still have my Padrino. Minister Mario is sitting on the Bovada of our Padrino. Their spirit not only protecting him from me, their spirit protecting him from his Ile, from his Padrino, from his Madrina. When I take his daughter out there, I know his name. I got certain things that she's going to be able to do. But I cannot get them to her till she get initiated. But I have them for her. And that's her own biological father. Do he visit her? Yes, he does. But he still has to go through. She still has to go through the process to get his tools. Trey said, Grandma got a hold of me and I had an out-of-body experience. That's it. That's the testimony. You think you're going to go and talk to them spirits and make them spirits do something? I want to understand. It ain't even talking about evil or good. Like, who told you that you can go and disrespect? And it's a form of disrespect because they don't know you like that. You're not born into those worlds. Except a man be born again. It's simple. You must be born into that particular practice to have access. I can utilize coconuts to do my divination. I can utilize my I don't slip my mind. And guess what? We have to use these to read when it comes to our Santos. My Padrino said he gonna teach me how to read the shells. I already know how to read the Obi, but in order to be more effective in that, so how you gonna communicate with a spirit that you ain't even from that world? Huh? I'm gonna wait, because no, people don't love you. When people don't tell you the truth, they don't love you. The spirit world is just as dangerous as the natural world. Be careful, because this is not child's play. I know that's right, Renee. I won't even call my own family, because if they didn't fool with me in life, they won't. Thank you, Miss Lady. Thank you. This is nothing complicated. It is an arrogance. It is a willful ignorance to go out here, even with your own blood. There are certain people that I only fool with people that had it for me. I got plenty of relatives. I got relatives that we got in warfare. Why would I go to their grave when I put their ass in the grave? And if I do mess with their spirit, I am going to do certain protection works around me, because I already know we done had war. And we are blood. Apostle, either you put blood, yes, I will put it on. I will put your ass on. I don't care who you will. You come over here fooling with me. If you can prophesy against me, I can most certainly prophesy against you. I don't see it like that. The only person I can't curse is my mom and my daddy. And my daddy already gone. As long as you ain't bothering me, I don't bother you. I don't care who you is. I don't bother people. But I am not understanding as much free information that I give out here. This ain't even about your classes. This is free information from somebody live this life. And you only mess with spirits that mess with you. I was not out here messing with spirits that was not messing with me. Everything that I'm doing, that it is in my blood, it's in my spiritual core. I'm initiated in every single, not every single thing in my court, but everything I am initiated is in my spiritual core. Because something, I don't know, because I understand I can't do it, but I still practice things that I'm initiated in other stuff. That lagoon takes many years to master. Gotta learn them old dudes. Hey, thank you so much, Nelson. Let me tell y'all something. I'm not out here giving certain readings because I have not mastered that. That's a respect not only for the practice, that is a respect for myself. Some of y'all out here, you out here doing stuff because you listening stuff on YouTube, you out here reading books, you out here thinking that you can walk in certain realms that you ain't even born of. So that means just because you sleep with a black man, that make you black. If you have children with a black man, that means that your children are black, you still who you are. Because you come to my church, that means you initiated into what I'm initiated. Like, make that make sense. I am here to help you do real magic. Practice hoodoo. Utilize what somebody gives you out of the practice. Don't go no further. To stay safe. Because those people can go back into that world and communicate. When the woman child died, she went back to the prophet that prophesied the child in her life, and he went back to the world of the God that spoke and gave him the power. You have to respect those channels. All of y'all that think you gonna skip past the initiate, you gonna skip past the priest or the priestess, go ahead. But you're gonna be out there, and you ain't gonna have nobody to speak up for you in that particular spirit world. You don't have an Egum. You don't have an ancestor because you did not go through the proper channel to speak up for you in that world. Just because that is your bloodline ancestor, they don't know you like that. When has my ancestor ever asked you to do spiritual work with them? When have they ever had you do any work with them? You don't know them like that. You weren't doing conjure with them in life. Why are you trying to do conjure with them in death? The only reason why I'm messing with my dad is because he came to me. I did not grow up watching my dad do conjure. I heard about that from other people. And then, after hearing about other people, then Minister Mario told me about the conjure that my dad did. And he knew because of a personal relationship he had in his bloodline. But they have to come to you, and then there's certain things you have to do in order to build that relationship. But I am his biological son. And a necromancer. And I got that from him. Is that the sum? Wait a minute. Is that what some of your members think? That they are in the Lukumi religion just because you got initiated? Oh my God. If I work my pot for you, that's my pot. That's my spirit. That ain't your power. If I give you some incense, that ain't your power. That's mine. If I give you some oil, that's not your power. That's mine. Whatever I give you, that comes from my spirits. From out of the world where I was born into. And it's not because I actually teach that. I teach against that. I give clarity to that because I actually care about people. But anybody that is initiated knows what I'm talking about. You cannot just go up to a priest. And guess what? If you initiate into the same religion, don't mean you initiated in the same house or the same path. Just why? Just why? Why we do it? How do you find out who walks with you? Some people, from depending on the religion that does the ancestry, there's, to be honest with you, Miss Lady, there's so many ways to find out, and depending on what your path is, once you find that out, I would say that I would if you're not ready to walk the path, just do regular hoodoo conjure. And I'm explaining why. Because once those ancestors are awakened, they're going to want something. Every spirit wants something, y'all. No matter if it is your ancestors. If they did not fulfill their destiny, then they're going to want something from you. They're going to want you to help them fulfill so they can elevate. And if you're not ready to do that, then just stay with working with your energy and doing your little conjure and going to somebody to do it for you. But that's what I tell you guys about graveyard work when I'm working with the ancestors and stuff. Once those spirits are awakened, they're going to require something. You keep asking them to work on your finances. You keep asking them to help you on your job. They're going to require certain things because they have to elevate. They're doing it for a reason. There's purpose behind this. This is why it costs money. And don't say you're sorry because you're not. Because you're not. Because I teach this. You can't go to an evil spirit if they don't know you, and you can't go to a good spirit if they don't know you. You can't work with a spirit that is in between world. You have to give them something. And especially if it's a spirit that you just got out of a random graveyard. Oh my God. They have no loyalty to you. I can get them I can tell when people messing with stuff that those spirits ain't contracted with them, because I can get those spirits to turn on you. Ask any practitioner. We can get those spirits to turn on you even though you're going to them, because they have no loyalty to you. Especially if we already born in that world. My spirit told my spiritual dad, if I am not working for him, I ain't working for nobody. Your spirit ain't loyal to you like that. Because your spirit is something you went and got. And you went to feed it. And somebody, just like you can feed that spirit, somebody else can offer that spirit something else higher than what you offer, and then get that spirit to work against you. Did you know that? They will turn your world upside down. Don't open doors if you are not ready for the consequences. And that's rule and regulation anywhere. That ain't even about spooky. That ain't got nothing to do with evil. That's money work, love work, conjure work. Energy out, energy in. But my point is, just like you don't know your own biological family like that, what make you think you know these spirits like that? These spirits are ancient. I'm still learning. And I've been doing this since I was a child. I'm 50 years old. Instead of you just keep giving your offerings or sending your cash out, no, you're gonna save you some money. Go ahead. You can't hardly get your cousin. You can't hardly get your auntie. You can't hardly get your uncle. You can't hardly get your granddaddy to do for you like that. How you gonna go out here messing with another spirit and you gonna make them serve you like that? Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. After my crowning, I went and bought a bottle of rum for with tax, it was $206. Because my egoons worked so hard to get me through my crowning and protect me and protect the Minister Martin, did all that. I had to return. I gave more than that, but I'm telling you how I serve, how I invest. You not doing that, but you got a list from here to heaven. Where that energy gonna come from? Tell me. Karen Cartwright said, you are speaking truth all day. Tell me where that energy gonna come from. That's why some of y'all are sick right now. That's why you're hurting right now, going through, because you don't have the power to do courtroom work. You don't have the spirits to do courtroom work. And you're asking those spirits, that energy got to come from where? And it's coming from you. And you don't have enough ashe to do that type of work. You out there asking these spirits to do it, and the energy, you are not giving proper offering. So therefore, you're not giving it proper. That's why we do animal sacrifices, giving those spirits the ashe, the chi, the prana. And you sitting there with your couple of peas of frankincense. You're not even doing a whole. You putting, let me put a couple drops of frankincense and myrrh, burning your little stick incense. But you gonna fly from Florida to California, and you think you're gonna get them people $4 with much as it costs gas for a plane? Like, I'm trying to give you logical things to think about. It doesn't make sense. And just tell the truth. You think you done sat there and learned enough, heard enough. And now you're going to go and you're going to skip all the steps that everybody else had to take. Even Apostle Ely, that were born with his spirits, born with his gifts, already activated, still had to be baptized, still had to be born again. How much more real do you want me to be? I had to pay. I got connections. I got favor with God and spirit, and I still had to go through the process. I still had to kick out. But you gonna find them. Okay, go ahead. These are ancient rituals. That means they're from one generation to the next. These spirits are ancient, and you're gonna trick them. You're gonna beguile them. You're gonna deceive them. Okay. And you're going to blame voodoo. You're going to blame hoodoo. You're going to blame Santeria, Lukumi, all because you going out there ain't got what you need, ain't born of those worlds, and you just gonna be summoning them. And you think they're gonna listen to you over me. You think they're gonna listen to you over one of their priests or their priestess. Somebody that's actually serving them. Somebody actually venerating them. Somebody that's actually sacrificing for them. Make that make sense. Make it make sense, sir. Make it make sense, ma'am. Huh? You ain't about this life. And now you done made promises to these spirits, especially my spirits, and to all of my members in my church. Those pots are real. Anything you see in my church, the sigils, it's real. It's active and it's living. You make a promise over or with one of those spirits, I'm not going to do nothing. Those spirits in them pots, they coming. Because they going to get theirs. That's why I tell people you cannot, certain people you cannot work with, especially if you're a liar. If you're not obedient and you don't follow instruction, there's consequences, certain ma'am. You get around somebody anointed, you might have lied to that last preacher. You might have lied to that last, they might not be stacked like that. My spirits ain't gonna let you make no fool of me. And that's whether I know what you're doing or don't know what you're doing. They deal with the visible and the invisible, the known and the unknown. Live, all the way live. Yes. Now, go and talk to your other readers and ask them, is that true? Everybody ain't born in certain world. In my Etah, they said I was born to work in all of the realms. You ain't got it like that. Your reader ain't got it like that. And I'm still learning. Because it's vast information. And I'm a dedicated student. And it's still a lot to learn. And people are willing to teach me. And it's still a lot to learn. People are willing to show me. And guess what? They're only showing me because I have the equipment. If I didn't have the equipment, it don't matter what they show. It don't matter what somebody show you when you ain't got the equipment. You can't do it no way. You think you're going to be able to do something with a candle that I can do? You deserve just what you get out there. What's up, Unveiling Ann? I hope this helped. Let me look at my cat, make sure I ain't overlooked nobody. I hope that many of you guys, for free, take this wisdom. Anybody that truly practice, especially if they deep off in this ATR, they're going to tell you Apostle Ely, Chief Apostle Ely is telling you the truth. Triple threat for Tree Rhonda. Got you, honey. Where's triple threat? I'm also going to burn some reversal incense for Tree Rhonda. Because certain people, I don't know who these people are. Nobody comes before my spiritual family. Nobody comes before my spiritual family. If I'm responsible for people, I don't believe in that blood thicker than water stuff. I don't. My spiritual family come first. I love my family, but that's why I tell y'all, if y'all not ready to deny all that stuff, leave these ATRs alone. Because these spirits ain't going to care nothing about it. They will hurt your own family for somebody in their elay. Your spirits will turn on your own family for messing with somebody in that elay, that coven. That's why you shouldn't bring your family around stuff that they ain't willing and they don't have no respect for it. Or they going to get their ass handed to them. I hope this helped you. I hope you take this serious. I hope you understand that you have to be born again, no matter what the ATR. And there are other magical practices that you don't have to be initiated in, that you can utilize your own Ache, your own Chi, own Prana, own energy. But that comes with consequences because you're pulling from your life force energy. and you can actually shorten your life by pulling on that energy that much. If you're not venerating and giving them certain offerings and energy in exchange for the manifestation of the things you're asking for, that energy got to come from somewhere. You give sparingly, you reap sparingly. You give abundantly, you reap abundantly. Guys, thank you so much for the likes, the shares. Make sure you hit that like button. Send this video to somebody that is thinking about the ATRs. Send this video to somebody that you know that are out there calling on stuff they don't understand. They're not in relationship with. They're not born into those practices. You have to be born again. I'm going to say it real slow. Just like a man cannot long dick you that don't have a long dick. Just like a woman cannot grip your Johnson if she don't have a tight twat. You cannot, sir and ma'am, operate in those worlds, in those heavens, in those dimensions without a representation. And the only way you can get that representation, you must be born into a spiritual family. Period. Not a comma, not a semicolon. And you're not going to be born into there for free. Only way you get that, sir and ma'am, normally it will have to come through somebody that's already in your bloodline family, that's already practicing. And they might. I don't know if they will. I know I ain't for free. But they might initiate you. But you still got to buy the material. Because the average person, it still costs a lot of material. All right. Thank you guys so very, very much. I need to eat. Get myself. It was a day today. I had a really good day at work at UPS, but I had it. Now to come home and get stuff together. I got I got 4 of my consultations ready. So I'll be giving some of you a call, and I got products to get out. I appreciate many of you guys for your patience and support. And like I said before, I'll make it worth your while, because that's the purpose of waiting on somebody that actually know what they're doing, that can give you the right information. And at that point, sir, ma'am, you got to get up and make it happen. Nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream, and you still got to get up and make that happen. Okay? Love y'all. Appreciate y'all for supporting me. Hit no like button. And if you can, especially you guys that are initiated or you understand initiation, comment under this video to help these people to know that Apostle Ely is not talking out the side of his neck. He's not throwing off. He's not being funny. He's not being condescending, but he is telling the absolute truth. Please help your brothers and sisters that may want to journey this path know that I'm not just running my mouth, that I actually am giving correct information. Okay? Do them a favor. I don't want to be the only one testifying. Please, sir, do them a favor. Please, ma'am, do them a favor, because you know I'm telling the truth. God bless y'all. Good night.